lovely Leos. Welcome back for our weekend energy reading. This is for a general reading for Leos going into this weekend to hopefully kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at for your energy for this weekend. If you like this or it resonates with you, please do like, subscribe, share, and all of that good stuff. What we're going to do is a 3-card pull for your energy for you. We'll do a card pull to see what your biggest challenge might be. We're going to pull a card of advice and a love card to see if you have any love on the horizon also for this weekend. So let's see what we've got going on for you this week and our lovely Leos. I hope you've been having a great week as well. Alrighty, Spirit, what do we have for our lovely Leos? And, whoa, we got 2 right there. Whoa, okay, this is a little too much. But we have 3 that turned up, so we'll take those 3. Spirit wanted us to see those 3 apparently. So we have Temperance, we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the Empress. So I think that we are looking at a weekend where you are kind of chill, low key. We are doing some things in moderation. We are going to be making some changes or some decisions this weekend about some opportunities, things that might be coming into you this weekend, and kind of just surveying. You have a strong energy here. Temperance is a strong energy. The Empress is a strong energy. So you have, it feels like you have a lot of authority over this decision. So this may be a pretty serious decision that you've been kind of thinking about lately that you need to make. Could be a decision on anything from, a job move, a house move, something major you want to do in your family, something major with your relationship, whether you want to move that forward or not, or whether you want to completely change paths on any of those fronts. But I am seeing that you are doing careful weighing of your options this weekend. I feel like as the Empress, you are really perched and surveying. You're surveying the way that people are interacting around you, the way that it's going to affect everything around you. As you can see, she sits in dominance, kind of on a all viewing place where she can see everything kind of coming to fruition, growth around her. So she's kind of seeing, and of course gender neutral. So he or she. Whatever you are, take it as it resonates, could be, deciding how is this going to affect whatever decision you make? How's this going to affect me, my relationship, my family, my job? So, whatever it is, you are struggling a bit with the decision, whether to change course or just keep things status quo, keep things the way they are. You are really weighing your options with your Temperance card here. You're being very moderate, very judicious in your thought process here. Whatever it is that you're weighing, whatever it is that you're contemplating, you are taking into account every angle of that in regards to how it will affect everybody. You're not being quick, you're not being rushed, you're not overzealous to jump at anything. You're being very purposeful in the way that you go about this decision. And I think this is a weekend of introspection for you. And I think for some reason, I'm getting this vibe with the Empress that you are really just, you're seeing what things around you are like and how you making a decision could change that, or who you can trust to impact that decision for you, who you can discuss it with, who would be affected by it, all of that. You're really just taking it all in this weekend. So I think this is a very reflective weekend for you. I don't see this being a really super active weekend where you're out and about, you're partying, you're hitting it up. I feel like, you feel like you are really kind of needing to have some time to be just be and watch, to kind of just be, watch, think, decide, really be in your head. So We'll pull a card from here and see what the challenge is. Maybe that'll give us some insight into kind of what your decision's about, what your challenges are with this decision. Spirit, could you give us some insight, please, into what challenge that our lovely Leos might be facing this weekend? Any insight? Any insight into what challenges our lovely Leo might be facing on this decision this weekend? All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we have the 8 of Swords. So again, this is just continuing with that same, I feel like you have, you know, you feel bound up. You feel like you are just almost between a rock and a hard place with making this decision, because whatever the decision is that you're making, and I'm sure you know what the decision is that you're contemplating, that it is something that, you know, whatever you decide, it's going to be, it's going to affect people. It's going to affect things. So, you know, before you move forward, you want to make sure that, you know, you make the right one. So you're feeling kind of tied right now, because you're like, if I do this, it's going to affect this one. I don't want to do that. And if I do this, it's going to affect this. And I don't want to do that. And you're feeling almost stuck right now. So you're having that, that feeling of, you know, I just feel tied to everything right this minute. And I just don't, you know, you wish you didn't have to make this decision, but, you know, you may be facing a deadline on something, or this opportunity may only have a certain shelf life to make it, or you may have a deadline that you have to meet to make this decision on whether or not you want to do something. You know, it could be a job, it could be a move, it could be an opportunity to get in on something. It could be even a relationship where somebody's kind of giving you an ultimatum, for that matter. It could be any number of things, and I'm sure you know what it is, how it resonates with you personally, but whatever it is, you're feeling so confined right now because you're like, I have got to get this done. I've got to decide. I've got to weigh all these factors and make this decision. I can't do anything until this is done. And you really do. You're not going to feel free until it's done. So this weekend is why you're taking this weekend to almost tie yourself up. It looks like, you know, that's something that's your challenge, is you're almost going to have to tie yourself up. You know, you can't keep skating it and letting it ride, because it's coming to a point, it's going to come to a head, or a deadline's going to pass, or you're going to miss an opportunity, or what have you, if you don't go ahead and make this decision. But I feel like you are doing everything here that you need to do to, you know, have temperance and weigh everything fairly, justly. And as the Empress, you're really doing the best you can to really kind of take a full perspective of everybody and everything that could be affected by it, and how it will kind of play out so that you can get the best decision due diligence wise. So can we get some advice cards? Because definitely, I think an advice card at least here for our lovely Leos, because they look like they might need some advice on making a decision. Please, Spirit, could you give us an advice card, please, for our lovely Leos? Help us out with this decision. And certainly, you know what you're struggling with, if you have any sort of decision, what it might be dealing with. So this one says, sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vow of poverty or self-denial that you may have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. And I think that's letting you know that if this is about a job or an opportunity for some sort of financial and, you know, movement forward, whether it's starting a new business, getting a new job, an investment opportunity, something like that, that you're really weighing out here. I think this advice is telling you that if you take it, if you go with that, that it will pan out in a way that will hopefully, you know, affect all things, which is what you're trying to find out with the Empress. You're surveying it all. How's it going to affect everything? How is it going to, you know, everything is butterfly effect. How is it going to affect everything else? And this is telling you that if it's a financial situation that you are struggling with in any way, or it applies financially in any way, that making the decision to go with the side that you feel is best financially for you less complacent, more financially aggressive potentially, is going to be the side that is going to help everything else. It's going to help everything else flourish and grow around you, like it does around the Empress. So I think that might be some good advice to kind of consider, if that's something that you're considering or we're thinking about. We'll pull a quick love card, see what there is on the horizon this weekend for love for you, for my lovely Leos here, please. Quick love card, please. What do we have going on here for our love for our lovely Leos? Alrighty, here we've got calling in your soulmate. So I think that's just saying that you need to, obviously you're being very due diligent about reflection and showing temperance, moderation, consideration. The Empress, you're surveying everybody and how it's going to affect everybody. I think you need to seek advice from your soulmate, whether that be a significant other, a partner, a spouse, or just a best friend, a sibling, whoever you find to be, a close soul confidant. That's the person that you probably want to reach out to, speak with, because I think that person will give you the amazing guidance that you need, because they're the person that you can trust the most, and they're probably most likely going to be someone most affected, because if they're your soulmate, even a sibling or a best friend soulmate rather than a actual love soulmate, they're going to be affected by whatever decisions you make because they care so much about you. So, you want them to be pleased with what happens as well, I'm sure, because you care about them as well. So I think that this weekend is going to be a very contemplative weekend for you, but hopefully this gave you some insight. I hope it gave you some advice and it told you who you might be able to check with, for some additional advice. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Otherwise, I will see you back next week, hopefully with a little bit less heavy-weighted decision on your mind. And I hope you have a great weekend, my lovely Leos. Thank you.